Hello, here we are again with yet another video for you. I wanted to make a video kind of talking about the surgery that I had and also just a few little things that I wanted to go over about my weight loss and everything. But I used to be 370 pounds. And I had a weight loss surgery, after my entire life trying to lose weight in any way I could, my entire life, literally being very miserable about it and depressed and lots of negative and horrible feelings and thoughts and self-opinions and actions. But basically I had weight loss surgery and I lost 200 pounds. I am now 170 pounds on the dot. And I feel amazing. But I wanted to kind of explain the different surgeries, what the different ones are, and which one I had, and kind of that sort of thing, in kind of like an easy way to understand it. So what I'm going to go over is like a few different ones, right? So you have gastric bypass, you have gastric sleeve, you have the lap band, you have the abalone ball, and I think you have the duodenal switch. I don't know a lot about that one, so I won't go over that one. So the abalone ball, here I have a little thing here. It's a ball that they put in and they inflate in your stomach, and it goes in here and it kind of keeps you full. You might see that on TV shows where they put those in to get the person to lose enough weight to qualify for surgery because they are so big that they're going to die. They don't have the surgery, but they're also so big that they can't stop eating, Then you have the lap band. So the lap band is basically a little ring that they put down surgically, and they just put the ring right here, and it basically tightens right here, so not a lot of food gets through. This was super popular back in the day. A lot of people were having the lap band system put in or thing put in and lost a bunch of weight. Some people still didn't lose weight, or they got really sick, or there was a complication and they had to have another surgery. One of the things that shocked me about it is that either it can bust your stomach or it can break and not work. Another thing that can happen is it can cause you a separate stomach because you force the food in, force, and it basically stretches it out up here and you have a stomach in your throat. So I'm like, oh, wow, no thanks. But then you have the sleeve, right? So the sleeve basically is the surgeon will come and cut your stomach like this, leaving just a thin little tube, basically, pardon my illustration. And it looks like a sleeve, basically, like that. And it's small. And basically with that one's highly effective too, and then people lose all their weight. And then some people don't lose weight, right? But not everything is 100% guaranteed, but there's a high success rate, right, with that one. And that's the one I was going to have until I talked to my surgeon and we made some other arrangements or decisions, rather. So what happens with the sleeve is basically when they cut this, they take out the stomach and throw it in a trash can, donate it, something, I don't know, give it to the dogs. I don't know what they do with it. But they probably make beef jerky out of it. But anyway, with that one, you still have all this like acid up in there, and there's a lot of people with acid reflux and lots of issues there. And also with that one, you have more room in your stomach to fit food, right? So that one, the mental game is so much harder, and it's definitely a little tougher if you ask me. than what I've read and thought about with the gastric bypass. So the gastric bypass is basically the gold standard of all weight loss surgeries. Gold standard of all weight loss surgeries. It's like the best of the best. It's one of the oldest ones, and it's just, the success rate is great, and people lose the most weight with it. It seems like it's just the best. So I decided to go with that one. So basically, what they do with that is it's called Roux-en-Y gastric bypass, and the reason it's bypass is because they're bypassing your intestines, right? So you still have your stomach, but they cut basically it into a little size of an egg, right? And then they have the rest of the stomach here, and they go like that, and then they basically cut right here, and then they move this up to here, to your little stomach, so you can digest your food still. And then they go like this with some of it and cut it there. I know the illustration is kind of weird, but basically your stomach's still here for your acids and that sort of thing to help you digest your food in your intestines, but you're not getting the acid up here, and you're restricted quite a bit. I think they also kind of tighten this a little bit. I don't know. I've heard doctors do it and they didn't. I forgot to ask mine. I don't know if he did. Whatever he did, it worked. But basically you have a small little stomach here, and then with bypassing the intestines and adding them to this, you have less intestines. So this, is just going straight to the booty hole, and you're not absorbing as many calories, right? So that's the tough part with gastric bypass, is you're not absorbing a lot. So you're not absorbing a lot of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients from your food, which means that you have to take a super potent multivitamin and different vitamins the rest of your life. For me, I already take a pill because I'm crazy, so I might as well take vitamin 2. It doesn't bother me. So basically with that, you can see that it's way less food can get in, so your restriction is a lot more, and then you have the absorption factor as well. So the success is so tremendous with that. There are people who have stretched out that little stomach and it didn't work for them, who have eaten through dumping syndrome, which is basically if you eat sugar, because sugar is not food, it's poison, your body doesn't know what to do with it, so it turns it straight into fat. When you overeat that, or a lot of fatty foods too, you can get something called dumping syndrome, which affects a lot of people in different ways. The common thing is diarrhea. That's why I thought they called it dumping syndrome. But hot flashes, kind of like when you're having a blood pressure attack, super shaky. You can get sleepy, you can get irritable, you can get throw up sick, you can get a headache. It's just a horrible experience, definitely horrible. And I've had it a few times, and with my dumping syndrome, it's super strong and it comes on fast. I asked for an unsweetened iced tea and they gave me high C once, and I took a drink of it and instant and then I had to go home. It was on my way home anyway, but basically I got home and I went right to sleep. So for me, I get all flipped out. I feel anxious, very anxious. And then I feel nauseous. I got a super bad headache and I get super tired and I have to go to sleep. So that's how it happens with me. And that's enough to make you not want to eat foods that you're not supposed to eat anymore. So that added tool, although it sounds horrible and it is horrible, God, it's so helpful, because Lord knows with the little amount of food I eat now, oh man, imagine if I could just fill my stomach with some ice cream or some, candy or something. People will do that. So why, if you're only going to eat a little bit, not get the best thing? So basically that's not me, and I'm just happy about that. Another thing that happened with me in my surgery is I realized that I was lactose intolerant, and pretty damn lactose intolerant. In fact, I ended up in the emergency room because I thought I had a problem, when in fact I was eating cheese and butter and that sort of thing, and I was just making myself sick. I thought I had like really bad flu, and I don't eat any dairy anymore, and I love that. Actually, I never thought I would. I'm a cheese lover, but I got used to it, and now it's something I depend on, to help me stay on track. And that's basically the only like real like complication that I had. Other than that, the healing was super quick. I was losing weight fast. I had my surgery on March 4th, 2020, and I lost weight within 8 months. I lost all my weight, so it was a super huge success. And that brings me to my next kind of thing here.